Welcome to the Voice of the Coast. I am your host, Danica Foley-Long. With me, we have the Executive Director with St. Mary Center of Hope, or you may know it as Ark of St. Mary, Crystal Abear. And also we have the co-pastor of Crossing Place Church in Bayou Vista, and that is Pastor Kayla Marcantonio. Thank you, ladies, for coming in. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Now, we are talking about Night to Shine. It is sponsored by the Tim Tebow Foundation, and it has taken place pretty much, I believe, for the past 6 years. We've definitely done it here in St. Mary. And seated where you were, or are, was Pastor Den Hussey, who has since moved on, and of course you and your husband have taken on as pastors of Crossing Place Church. So I thank you for coming back, because you've been here many a time.
Yeah, well, I always enjoy the opportunity. It's fun.
Yes, and we're going to get into some really good stuff. And of course, Crystal, this is like your maybe second time talk about Night to Shine. We have we have an amazing guest that's going to actually join us later in the show. So I'm excited to talk to that superstar. So we're going to talk about Night to Shine, and tell us a little bit about it.
Yeah. So you want to start? I heard you sigh. You ready?
No, I was smiling.
Oh, yeah, I was like, I'm so ready.
Yeah.
So basically, it is a prom for those who have developmental disabilities, and it's always the Friday before Valentine's Day. So even if someone was trying to guess in the future, when is that day? It's always the Friday before Valentine's Day, and it's basically just, in many cultures, societies, sometimes even communities, these people are not acknowledged or celebrated. And it's really just a vocal piece, a visual piece, a celebratory piece to say you are loved, we want you, we need you, you are adored, you have value, and who doesn't love a prom as well? So that's what the night's really all about. And it encompasses everything about a prom, the dancing, the food, I mean, anything you can think of, the details are in there so that they can have a night to celebrate themselves.
Yes. I mean, I love this. I want this. I just, I think the people here at KWBJ ought to throw me something. But for you, Crystal, your job is really just not a job. You work with family members, and I say family because they're like a family to you.
We are. The Ark of St. Mary, we provide services to the adults with developmental disabilities in St. Mary Parish, and we are like a family. We're very involved, and even though the Night to Shine isn't part of our program, we are very involved in it, and it's really the most exciting time, the most anticipated night for everybody.
Yes, and your organization actually has a huge following, so they're going to be a really big part of this, but they also look to you as kind of an advisor for Night to Shine.
They do. We have of course, we have a thrift store that everybody works in, and people donate prom dresses to the superstars, and then they choose their dress, they get to wear it for free, or the men's suits, whatever, and then what else goes donated to the store, which goes back to them by providing jobs in the community to everybody. We have a special girls' night. The girls get together at my house, and the board of directors does, snacks, caters snacks and stuff. We have hairstylists and makeup artists that come in and fancy them all up. So it's just a girls' night, a fun night of girls getting together. And all the guys understand that that's our night. But this night, Night to Shine, is the night that they talk about all year long.
Yes. Now let me ask you something about donations. First of all, I love a thrift store. Okay, I love a good deal. But so what if I have some things at home? I'm like, I really could, donate this. Are you just open to donations coming to the Ark, or should they go to the churches? Where should individuals drop off donations?
Well, if people are dropping off donations for the prom, they have several thrift stores in the area that are accepting that, and usually will donate those dresses to individuals that want to attend the prom, so that they don't have to pay for it. And I do tell people that we do get dress donations, and I tell people, don't be offended if they don't pick your dress.
Oh, yeah.
You know, they might pick something, they're all individualized. They all have their own choices, and we let them choose whatever they want. And then it goes back into the community.
Right. Love it, especially sustainability. Now, this is something a little bit different from Night to Shine. Actually, last year was the first time that it was put into place, and that it's virtual.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's a little bit different,
Yeah,
right?
we definitely long for the day when it can go back to all being together, but that wasn't the case with how the Tim Tebow Foundation outlined it this year. It is virtual again, but there's still so many in-person elements. Really, the virtual is just goes with the dancing component, the music component. And so when you register, or when a guest registers, they'll get a link that can lead to a live stream so that they can be a part of that from wherever, at their home or anything. But we're having a shine through. It's a parade where before the virtual event, they can come through all dressed up. They can receive a meal, they can get a crown, they can get a gift bag, take a picture, and then go home to the virtual event.
Awesome. Love that. We're going to take a short break, but come on back. I'm excited about that last segment because we have a very special guest that's going to join us. Come on back right here on The Voice of the Coast with yours truly. Welcome back to The Voice of the Coast. Again, I am your host, Danica Foley Long. With me, we have Crystal Abear, who is the Executive Director with Ark of St. Mary, as well as the co-pastor of Crossing Place Church in Bayou Vista, Pastor Kayla Marcantonio. Now, let's talk more about, where are we going to go with this? Donations. Because you know I love a good deal. Now, let's talk about what type of donations they need.
So typically, they need, of course, dresses, suits, dress shoes, if you got dress socks, really anything that would outfit everybody for a fancy event.
Yes.
Jewelry, we've had Lynn's collection before donated costume jewelry for all of our girls that
awesome.
wanted to attend. They got to go in and choose, and it's all about them choosing what they want to wear.
That's some nice
that
jewelry.
night.
That's
And then
awesome.
dress shoes are always a thing. You know, none of our gals kind of wear the high heels or anything. So some good low flats for everybody, you know, that can always come in handy.
You know what? I'm over here thinking, I think I got some stuff. So again, I can go to any thrift store in the area, any participating thrift store, and drop it off. Awesome. So if you're at home and you're saying, well, I can donate, clothes or items to our superstars and to the individuals who are going to be in participation of Night to Shine, but what else can I do if I want to just go maybe above and beyond, a step above?
Oh yeah, absolutely. So the link that we provide, it's crossingplacechurch.com/NTS, which stands for Night to Shine. People can go on there to register as a guest, but people can also go on there, anyone really can. Our baseline age is 14 to go on and register to serve at the event or to volunteer. So if this is a passion point for you, or even you're wanting to say, hey, I just want to see what this is all about, all it requires is really a background check and then being available the night of, or sometimes even the night before, to help set up and things like that. But we have areas where you can volunteer to take pictures, to cheer them on as they come down the red carpet, to put on corsages and boutonnieres. I mean, there's so many different things, set up, clean up, all those things. And even if it's not a passion point, high schoolers, I know that you need your hours for your club, and this is actually probably one of the more fun ways to be able to get them. And just, and I think that once even you come the first time for that, you're going to want to come back every year.
Yes, yes. Sounds like it's really a lot of fun. Now, of course, this is in St. Mary, but do you service other areas? Can people from outside of our area come in to St. Mary to participate?
Yeah, absolutely. Actually, right now, we're only one of 5 churches that are hosting a shine through in the state of Louisiana, like the entire state. And so absolutely, if you do not have a Night to Shine near you and you're willing to drive to this parish, absolutely come be a guest.
Awesome. Now, of course, you serving as an advisor, are there certain things that volunteers should be aware of when coming out to volunteer?
I always tell people whenever I'm advising on how to interact with people with developmental disabilities, is they want to be treated just like everybody else. That's the biggest deal. They want to be treated like you treat anyone else in the world. And, just watch with terminology. Of course, there's words that we don't use anymore, just like in anything. So just be kind. They're there to have a good time. Let's show them a good time.
That's right. Now, this is before Valentine's Day. Now, I'm going to ask you this question. Have there been any love connections?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah?
Oh, yeah. We have love connections. We
I
have
love
one that met a boy at the last in-person, and she still asks me about him every day. I'm not even sure where he's from, you know, but she's always asking if I got his number yet.
Yes.
And if I can jump in, not
yes.
even just love connections, but there is a guest that we always had, and all I know is that his name's William, but we share a slow dance every single in-person year, and we
Yes.
always look for each other, and we always share a dance, and there's always pictures, and so it's really just relationships that have been built all together. It's been a wonderful thing.
Let me tell you what Zoom and just the whole virtual aspect has done, and we're going to take a short break, but I have to say this, and I mentioned this during break with you guys. My birthday is in April, and this was kind of the onset of COVID and the pandemic. I had a virtual birthday party, and it was the best. I got a chance to talk to my friends who I hadn't seen in a long time. We used actually Facebook as a way to communicate, even though we may have had to, you know, with our Twitter fingers or whatever, but we had a wonderful time. So I'm hoping that a good time will be had by all. But come on back. We've got much more to cover right here on The Voice of the Coast. Welcome back to The Voice of the Coast. Again, I am your host, Danica Foley Long, and with me we have Pastor Kayla Marcantonio, who's the co-pastor of Crossing Place Church in Bayou Vista, and we have Crystal Abear, who is the executive director with St. Mary Center of Hope. So let's talk again about what are the activities going on that day for Night to Shine.
Yeah, so like we kind of mentioned earlier, the dancing component is virtual. That is provided through Tim Tebow Foundation. But for the Shine Through, there's so many incredible activities. So as they kind of drive through this parade under the awnings at the church, because there's two separate ones and there's different stations, there's going to be their favorite music playing, just like at a prom. Their name is going to be announced as they drive through, followed by just the red carpet crowd cheering for them. Everybody will be sent home with a catered meal that night, just like you would on a prom night. You just eat it more at home. Corsages, boutonnieres, they're going to receive that. And for those who are comfortable, because it is optional, they can get out and go to the photo booth and take a picture with the family or the people that they came with in that vehicle. And so still a lot of great prom activities. It's going to be a memorable night. They'll go home with some, you know, we all remember going home if we went to our own prom with like a souvenir. So we have some souvenirs to send them home with, and we're just really excited to love on all of our guests.
What's your address?
Yeah, so that's going to be 777 Del Mar. And so we are literally the church that we always say we're the church right next to the Bayou Vista Walmart and the Bayou Vista Burger King. You cannot miss us. We're right off the highway.
Now, I know there's obviously the virtual component, but you're going one step further, and you're also offering a virtual component.
Right, we do. We've been offering, well, last year we offered a Zoom meeting for all of our recipients and the superstars, of course, to be able to engage with one another during the prom, not just watch, because it is a live stream. So I share a screen so they can see the live stream of the prom, but then they can also talk with one another virtually through Zoom. And we dance and we karaoke and we have a good time.
Now, of course, at every prom, there's a king and a queen. How do you guys choose the king and queen?
So actually, it's really great. Everyone that night is the king and the queen. And so every single guest and superstar will go home with their own crown, because really at the end of the day, that's what we not just think about them, that's what we know and believe, that they are superstars, and because they live, our lives are better.
So this starts, actually, I'm looking at the Shine Through, and it says for West St. Mary guests, we'll be going through at 4 to 5.
Yeah.
And then from 5 to 6 for East St. Mary Parish guests. Why did you guys split that up?
Just so that there would be enough time for everybody to get home by the time that it started. So there's enough time to kind of come to the Shine Through and then go. And so once someone registers, they'll know what time slot they're supposed to go in, but I'm very certain it's flexible. If you couldn't make that one, I know there's open spaces to come to the other.
Now, obviously, there's an hour slot for that. How swiftly do you get them going through? It's got to be pretty seamless.
Yeah, so there's definitely an art to it, and we have a great team that plans that out. But at the same time, not too swiftly, because we definitely want people to soak in the moment and just be there and be celebrated. So we're definitely not rushing people through like it's a drive-through line. They'll have time to enjoy what's going on.
Yes. I love it. I think it's great. You guys have definitely thought out all the details, especially in this COVID world we live in. And it doesn't mean you have to stop living. It doesn't mean you have to not be in attendance. And look, now I'm at a point in my life, I dress up for anything. I don't need a special event. If I want to wear this, I want to wear this, and this is how it's going to be. And just take me as I am. We don't have to wait for those special moments. This is a special moment to be alive today. And that is going to be the end of my TED Talk. Let's go to commercial. I'm just playing, not yet. Take me back to the day of event. How many young ladies do you have at your home at one time?
Oh, I have probably 8 to 10 at the house that are getting hair done, makeup done. I kind of shut down the back of the house, and we set up hair in one room, makeup in the other room. There's no males there, and it's just all the girls getting together and hanging out.
What about the guys? Do you offer
That's just
anything?
one of those things, and they don't mind at all. All of our fellows are gentlemen. They know that us girls like to get together and get cramped up, so.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay.
And just as a reminder that this is an event that you do need to register for. And so if someone's jumping on later, just wanted to throw that out there. It's crossingplacechurch.com/NTS. That stands for Night to Shine. And just register. Let us know that you're coming. It's free.
And on that note, great job, thank you. But we're going to be joined by our superstar coming up after the break. So come on back right here on the Voice of the Coast. Welcome back to the Voice of the Coast. Again, I am your host, Danica Foley Long. With me, we have our superstars in the building, Sheila Ann Dobbs, who has been we got some, you can't hear it, but we have some applause coming from the small audience that we have. But Sheila has been a member, a superstar with the ARC for actually, quite a long time, since 1999.
Yes.
And I can see why you're a superstar. You're already blinged out. You know me, like you must know me, because girl, I love it. I love being blinged out myself, and you came prepared. You know the assignment. That's what I'm talking about. So of course, we have Night to Shine coming up. Tell me your favorite part of Night to Shine.
I love the fashion. I love my friends. I like having a good time.
And you're shining right now. I see you and she was like, and period. Okay, I love it. So have you picked out your dress yet?
Not yet. I'm trying to figure that out.
Okay, so what are you looking for? You didn't get to tell me everything, but what do you like?
My favorite color is purple.
All right, ladies, if you hear this, she likes purple, so you're kind of going for a purple look, right?
Right.
Okay, does it have to have any bling? Like you like sequins or just purple?
Any kind of purple. It doesn't matter.
Okay, awesome. So obviously she's one of the young ladies that's at your home, and they're getting dressed. I'm thinking she says she loves purple. She knows what she likes. So are you giving any direction, or are they telling you, no, I don't want this. This is exactly what I want?
I just make sure that the gowns that they choose are safe for them to walk in, so that there's no trains for them to trip or anything. And of course, modest.
Yeah.
But I let them choose. We go through, I'll pull 10, 12, 15 dresses, however many they want. They get to choose, try them on, see what they want. They pick it. And Sheila often is known for modifying her clothes. She creates her own fashion and her own dresses. So she sometimes may pick 2 dresses and put a couple parts together.
Okay.
That's her thing. She's our fashion girl. So she
Okay.
really matches accessories and dresses, and she loves sparkly. Her favorite color is purple.
Okay.
So they all have their favorites.
Okay. Now, did you stick to purple last year? Or did you go? What did you go with last year?
Pink.
Pink. Okay, so you love pastels, I'm sure. Pastel colors. Okay. Now, are you going to be taking pictures, and you're going to participate in the drive-through, right?
Right.
Now, I know I'm sure the best part is obviously taking pictures, but also seeing your friends on Zoom.
Yes.
And have you made many other friends outside of the center? Have you made friends through Night to Shine?
I've seen a lot of my high school friends from Night to Shine, and I was hoping I get to see them in person again, but unfortunately I can't.
But might be able to at least see them by virtual. And how, again, are they able to participate in the Zoom that you will be providing for, and it's not just for your superstars, but for anybody.
Right. We will do a Zoom call during the live stream, and I will share that video with them. And whoever wants to join can contact me at the Ark of St. Mary, because we host the Zoom, and we want to make sure that that it's people attending
Yes.
that want to join us, and we have a good time. We dance in our living rooms, on TV with each other.
Yeah.
We karaoke, we sing, we look at each other's outfits. We talk.
Yes.
It's just like being in person, but we're
Yes.
not.
Yes, like I said, I know all too well how that was, and it was great. We had a wonderful time. Again, what is the website or what is the Facebook page where folks can either like the page and follow it if they need more information?
The Facebook page is Ark of St. Mary /Center of Hope.
Okay.
And that's where I put all the information.
Okay, and if you want more information on Night to Shine, you can go to crossingplacechurch.com and get all of the information. And I can't wait to see the pictures. I can't wait to see what you pick out, because now that's on my mind. So thank you very much, Crystal. Thank you very much, Sheila Ann. Appreciate you coming on the show and talking more. You will be a beautiful queen that night. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll see you guys next time. Make sure to subscribe to us on Facebook. We are KWBJ TV 22.
Yes.